Hello and welcome to a new segment called Affordable Wines.
Affordable Wines!
With me, I'm Mark. And today's wine of interest is Chardonnay.
Also known as
Chardonnay or Shardy, which we like to call it down in Australia. So we ventured to our local bottle store, also known as Dan Murphy's, good guy. And we've picked up 3 Chardonnays from a variety of different climates from around the world. So I got something from Australia, New South Wales, something from Burgundy, and also got something from Chile. And I'm just going to slowly go through the 3 and tell you what I think. So what we have here is a Chardonnay from a producer called McWilliams. You might have heard of them. They make a lot of wine everywhere. And this comes from a region called Tumbarumba, which is down southern New South Wales, really close to the Snowy Mountains. And it's sitting at an altitude between 300 and 800, but this says 660, so it's 660.
That's why it's a cool climate.
That's why it's cool climate, because it's up and high, and it's cold. And because it's cold, it actually retains lots of acidity, so you know this wine is actually going to be quite fresh, racy acidity. And what I found is it did have racy acidity, nice and fresh, but it had some nice toasty elements from a bit of oak treatment, find a lot of lemon pith aromas and a bit of white nectarine. And this sits at $22.60, which I find is not too bad. $22.60 under $25. Can't really go wrong for a nice summery style of Chardonnay if you don't really like that big buttery style.
Oh, what would it go with?
This one, I think it will go with a nice salad with a vinaigrette, something nice racy, or even with grilled chicken or perch seafood with a nice creamy sauce. It's going to cut through the creaminess. Alright, so moving on to our second wine. What we have here is by a producer called Quinson, and they source their grapes from the Macon Village, which actually comes from a place called the Mackinac, which is south of Beaune, or if you know where Dijon is, south of Dijon.
Burgundy.
So Burgundy.
Which makes amazing Chardonnay.
Exactly. Anything that's going to say like anything from Burgundy is going to be either a Chardonnay or Pinot Noir, otherwise specified. And what I found with this wine is it was nice, rich and creamy, had this nice palate weight of the wine. It's well rounded and had aromas of pink grapefruit and a bit of white nectarine.
So what do you mean by roundness?
If I can use the analogy of like milk, you've got milk, you've got like skim milk, full cream milk and cream. Whereas skim milk is like, on the palate it's a bit more lighter, it's more similar to water. Whereas you have full cream milk, it's a bit more heavier and envelops the palate a bit more. And I mean that creaminess exactly like that.
So roundness like that.
Roundness, exactly. And yeah, sitting at $17 for all the complexity you're getting with this, a bit of oak treatment, that creamy roundness. I can actually pinpoint the citrus flavors and the stone fruit aromas like nectarine.
Bargain.
Absolute bargain. $17. I even shocked myself. I was like, I wanted to pick up a wine that was a bit more expensive, but $17, I was like, oh my god, amazing.
And what would it go with?
I'd say something like a creamy dish, like risotto, creamy risotto. That grilled fish or chicken will go really, really nicely with a relatively creamy sauce. Will back it up really, really nicely. And moving on to our last wine. This wine is made by a producer called Concho y Toro. They make a ridiculous amount of wine in Chile. In saying that, this says just Chile, so it can the grapes in here come from everywhere in Chile. So you sort of already know what you're getting yourself into by getting a wine that comes from everywhere.
How much is it?
This is $14, so under 15, pretty good. We found a lot of tropical aromas in this one, a bit like if I got some pineapple and some mango and some passion fruit and a couple of other tropical fruits and floated in a blender, this is what it smells like.
That smells amazing.
It does smell amazing, but you can't really pinpoint what tropical fruit in there. So it still has a backbone of vanilla. There's a decent amount of oak treatment in this, but I found the acidity being a bit too lacking and it had this unappealing fruit sweetness, which I didn't really like. But for $14, you can't really complain too much. So these are 3 affordable Chardonnays, which we found under $25. So my pick of the 3 would definitely be the Macon Village Chardonnay. Saying that, what I like isn't necessarily what you're gonna like. So if you'd like that creaminess, I'd definitely go for something like that. But if you are after something with a bit more racy acidity, something a bit more fresh, I would definitely recommend the McWilliams Reserve Chardonnay from Tumbarumba, or any cool climate Chardonnay. I think you're gonna enjoy. So I wouldn't necessarily buy this one again. But saying that, if you like that tropical fruit and that little fruit sweetness, yeah, go ahead. So thank you for joining us on this new segment of affordable wines. And if you guys did have any questions, don't hesitate to ask Mark. Or if any other wine questions we're dealing with, varieties, just leave them in the comments below. Feel free to like this video and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!